Welcome back everybody to another Formula 1 Manager 23 video. My name is CringeyJesse and today we are in Azerbaijan, Baku, one of the tracks that, this is when our year usually lets me know that, hey, we're doing something right. And hopefully it will happen again this year, as we are going into this race with multiple upgrades, not just the underfloor. We have a new front wing, a new rear wing, new side pods, as well as the underfloor that we tried out in uh, Australia. But unfortunately, looking over there to the side, we are not doing too hot. It looks basically like we're either in first or 19th. That's just unfortunate. Acceleration is the only one that's not in first or 19th. It's sitting in fourth, so we are going to have to do better in that aspect. And looking at our drivers, Sophia Flores was the challenge that I was trying to do, get her a World Drivers Championship before Formula 1 Manager 24 comes out. But Joyce Walker is sitting at 77 and a good 5 years younger than Sophia Flores. So I'm really thinking about switching these two out 100%. I don't know if I want to just wait till the end of the year or break a contract, but with money being tight and the main reason why they have no confidence in me, I'm leaning towards waiting till the end of the year. But let's get through Baku first and see what Baku does for us. This is a sprint race, so let's get into it. I will see you guys at qualifying. And here in Q1 comes Max Verstappen to set the time to beat, and so far still holding on to purple sectors 1 and 2. I know he's not the only one to go through sector 1 and 2, setting a 142.5. Here comes Sophia Flores, just still well over a second to Verstappen, but Verstappen is a lot better than Pierre Gasly was. So, as we get through these last couple of people, maybe I was wrong. Maybe people aren't out there trying to set laps. Down. Here they come. Gasly slower than Verstappen. That was the rival of last year. Go ahead and do that real quick while we look at other people coming across the line. Flores doing better than Doohan. Verstappen did get passed by Leclerc and Piastri. Makes Schumacher going P4 at the moment. There's quite a few people as we are going to speed this up real quick. See what other people are doing. Max Verstappen sitting P3 right now. So the upgrades definitely helping out. And we love to see that. Here comes... Oh, Verstappen somehow beat out Flores to go P2. I definitely sent out Flores way before I sent out Max Verstappen, so I don't know what happened there, but Flores coming across the line improves her time, but not her position. Her and Doohan, the only two cars to be over a second behind the leader. Here we are in Q2 with Max Verstappen, who finished Q1 in P2. He will set the time to beat. As we look down here, someone else is already going faster than him, but that is expected as we are going out on old tires. 142.9 here. Here we are sitting P13 after other people went through. It's a Williams 1-2 at the moment. But here comes Max Verstappen. No purple sectors like he did the final lap of Q1. Up into P7 he will go. We got a few people below him that could potentially knock him out. Piastri is going to put him back down to P8. Here comes Magnussen and Gasly. I think he's safe for Q3. If my math is correct, he is safe for Q3. Gasly going P6, knocking us down to P9. Magnussen, as soon as he comes across the line, we're going to speed him up a little bit. Beep, 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 beep. There we go. That should be well enough. Here comes Magnussen. Yeah, if he passes us, we're going to go P10. We're in Q3, but to see if Magnussen gets knocked out or moves forward. Oh, I should have known he was going extremely slow. I just thought that ×1 was stupid slow. Magnussen knocked out with Russell, Zhou, Bottas, and Albon in Q2. Here comes Max Verstappen here on the tires that he used in the final run of Q2. So they are a lot better than the first tires he used in the beginning of Q2. Coming across the line, setting a 142.4, which is a little bit better. I think he set a 142.9 to start off Q2. And here comes Max Verstappen to set his final lap. Yellow sector 1, unfortunately. Think he got held up. Green sector 2, and as he comes across the line, we won't be able to tell. Will he improve? He improves to P2, sitting right behind Charles Leclerc. Let's see. It looks like Tsunoda is the next one across the line, as he is sitting P3 at the moment, and he will stay P3. It looks like we have an Alpine. It's Piastri. He's coming across the line. No, he is not. That looked like a Ferrari, but he's already got P1, so he's not worried. Piastri, he's going into the pit lane. Pierre Gasly coming around the last couple of turns here now to see if he himself can put himself up any better than P7 as he comes down the front straight. Is he going into the pit lanes? He is going into the pit lanes.
Now's the time for the sprint here in Bakku. It's lights out and away we go.
Starting in P2 and P20 for my two drivers. Flourish already looking for her P19 there. Unless she started P19 here, and we won't get the penalty until the actual race. Looks like we are looking up the inside here on Yuki Tsunoda in the Williams. Now fighting for P2 with the Williams. Who would have thunk at some point you would see a Haas and a Williams fighting for P2? And he did really well with that one race he did with Ferrari, so I'm honestly kind of hoping it is him. And oh, look at that, we got the fastest lap, but we're also fighting Charles Leclerc for P1, so that's all we really needed was those upgrades. And if I didn't waste a lot of my money during the off season, especially trying to get Max Verstappen, who was willing to come to us, but I had to break his contract. Who knows? We probably would have had the upgrades for race 1. And, yeah. Wait. Yellow flag. Multiple cars have crashed. They haven't asked her if she was okay, so I'm not going to assume. Oh, okay, it wasn't her. Thank goodness. It was the Drivers' Championship defender, Pierre Gasly, running an Aston Martin into the wall, and he's... And coming up to the finish line for the sprint race, Max Verstappen coming back for his P1s that he misses oh so dearly after going, what, 3 races without one. Here in Baku, we'll finish first in the sprints. As we go back to Sophie here, go put this back on 2 times because Doohan is right behind her. We'll have the DRS, but it looks like it will be a P17 finish for Sophie, who didn't really pass anybody, but because Stroll and Gasly decided to wreck into each other, they will be the last 2 to finish this race.
This is what you've been waiting for. It's the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. And it's lights out and away we go.
Oh, here we are in Baku for the actual race. Sophia did get her penalty. She will start P20 down here with Pierre Gasly and Lance Stroll and Doohan. It was a three-place grid penalty, which is very unfortunate for a 5-second penalty that she got in Australia. She would have ended in front of Lance Stroll up there, but right now she is fighting Pierre Gasly right now for P19. Everybody's going slow since we're still bunched up right here. Kind of hoping that she uses everybody going slow to her advantage, but it doesn't really look like it. It says Gasly overtook her, but she was never really in front of him. Still side by side through the castle section. Gasly looks like he will take it. He is in the Red Bull, so it's no surprise, honestly. Nothing down the first one, but coming up, oh, dag flipping nabbit every single time.
All okay?
She's probably done. She's probably done. Look at this. 0. She has a puncture. Gearbox is done. Chassis major. Side pods minor. Suspension. She's she's done. It's probably going to be an automatic done, but let's see what the game says. It
And
is
here
virtual
we've got
safety
a yellow
car.
flag.
So we're going to go ahead and do everything for him. Yeah, car has been retired. Virtual safety car. That was just very, very, very unfortunate once again. Over, we are on lap 7 of 51, and Max Verstappen is leading this race by 4 seconds. Max Verstappen boxing at P1. Accidentally almost simmed that entire thing. 4.9 seconds, so it will be pit stop issues. But it looks like he will still beat out Russell. And it looks like he will still be P1 by 2.1 seconds in front of Yuki Tsunoda. Magnussen taking the fastest lap. But we took forever to come in and box because he had such a large gap. So now we're on softs for the rest of the race, and we should very, very easily take that fastest lap right back from Alexander Albon. Comes Max Verstappen to try to take that fastest lap, and he will do so with a 1:44.0. Here we are in Baku on the final lap. As I've said before, Baku seems to be the track that we do everything good on. It's Max Verstappen winning the first race of the season for himself and for our team here at Haas.
Well, Max Verstappen can add yet another podium to his already impressive record.
Their first win of the season, and the team looking on will be very proud, I'm sure.
And before they get back to work, I think it's time to cool off here in Azerbaijan.
And that is the Baku race here in Azerbaijan. Max Verstappen getting the win here with the fastest lap as well. So that's going to be extra points for him here. Charles Leclerc getting second. Oscar Piastri getting third. So Ferrari and Alpine looks like they're trying to get their way up as well. We'll look at the constructors here in a minute. Yuki Tsunoda in P4. George Russell P5. Kevin Magnussen P6. Esteban Ocon P7. Valtteri Bottas P8. Alexander Albon P9, and Lando Norris finishing out your top 10. After that, we have Sergio Perez, Zhou Guanyu, Lance Stroll, Carlos Sainz, Theo Pourchaire, Richard Verschoor, Pierre Gasly. Mick Schumacher did not finish, but still beat out Jack Doohan. I guess Mick Schumacher did get a lap out on him. I'm not sure how that one worked out. And then Sophia Flores did not finish. Imagine finishing a race and still not beating out a did not finish driver. That's crazy. Anyway, moving on to the drivers. Red Bull's Sergio Perez is on top with 51 points. Charles Leclerc moves up 6 spots today for P2. George Russell, P3. Yuki Tsunoda moves up 2 spots today for P4. And Lance Stroll drops down 3 spots to P5. Max Verstappen moving up 9 spots for P6. Oscar Piastri moving up 5 spots to P7. Pierre Gasly dropping down 4 spots to P8. And Alexander Albon dropping down 4 spots to P9. Esteban Ocon will finish out your top 10. Next we have Lando Norris, who fell down 4 spots to P11. Valtteri Bottas, who fell down 3 spots to P12. Mick Schumacher, who fell down 2 spots to P13. Kevin Magnussen, P14. Carlos Sainz moving down 2 spots to P15. Zhou Guanyu in P16. Theo Pourchaire in 17th. Jack Doohan in 18th. Richard Verschoor in 19th. And Sophia Flores, who honestly may not be here next week, in P20. Moving on to the constructors, we have Ferrari moving up 2 spots for P1. Red Bull dropping down a spot to P2. And Aston Martin dropping down a spot to P3. Williams staying in P4. McLaren staying in P5, Alpine moving up to P6, Haas moving up to P7, Mercedes dropping down 2 spots to P8, and Alfa Romeo in P9, and AlphaTauri in P10. Both the Alphas still no points to this season. And that, my friends, was Baku. Up next is a home race for us here at Haas. We'll be in Miami I'm hoping that the luck that we just had today will continue. Um, I'm not 100% sure yet on Sophia Flores. However, I'm really debating it. It might come down to a coin flip on whether or not Sophia Flores will race in Miami or it will be Joyce Walker. Just because I know that's going to be the cheapest um, driver switch of the season. But we will find out in the next video. And until then, if you liked this video, please hit that like button. And if you can't wait for the next video, hit that subscribe button. Miami will be a race one way or another. And like I said, I'm just hoping that we can continue what we started here in Azerbaijan and move it forward, because I want this, nope, I want this right here to change. You know, yeah, I can understand being disappointed in Melbourne, Jeddah, and Bahrain, Baku. You know, happy. You know, but I want those delighteds to come back. I want the objectives. The objectives are already delighted. Finances. I want that to be moved up, as we have no debt in March, no debt in April, and I'm going to try my best to keep it that way. Even though I know already that there are some things like the wind tunnel, but that's a lot of money right now. The suspension, definitely a lot of money. The car part testing, a lot of money right now. And then the staff, we have the race simulator, which is more money than what we have. And then the operations, you know, we're still waiting for the hospitality to come back. And, you know, that's not a lot. That's a lot. That's not a lot. But, you know, those not a lots add up. So we're trying to stay out of debt, but we're also trying to stay competitive. So we got to figure out how to do that in the best way possible. So yeah, come back for the Miami Grand Prix to see if Sophia or Joyce will be racing it. But until then, whatever it is you do outside of YouTube, I hope you have fun doing so. Until next time, have fun.